This is the Sunday the Father is going to invite the kids up to help him with the homily. So kids, I ask you, pay attention to the reading, and maybe something will ring a bell to you when it comes time for Father to ask his questions. The Lord be with you. Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Pharisees approached Jesus and asked, "Is it lawful for a husband to divorce his wife?" They were testing him. He said to them in reply, "What did Moses command you?" They replied, "Moses permitted a husband to write a bill of divorce and dismiss her." But Jesus said to them, "Because of the hardness of your hearts, he wrote you this commandment. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, no human being must separate." In the house, the disciples again questioned Jesus about this. He said to them, "Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery." People were bringing children to him that he might touch them. But the disciples rebuked them. When Jesus saw this, he became indignant and said to them, "Let the children come to me, do not prevent them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these. Amen, I say to you, whoever does not accept the kingdom of God like a child will not enter it." And he embraced them and blessed them, placing his hands on them. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Tough readings for Kids Week, but I invite all the children, please come up and have a seat on the sanctuary stairs, and we'll figure this out one way or the other. Okay, who wants to take a guess what's in the bag? Who wants to take a wild guess? I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with marriage. Yeah. A wedding ring. Boy, you're good. Yeah. A wedding ring. Now, why would I have a wedding ring in there today? Yeah?
No divorce. When you divorce, you give up the wedding ring.
When you divorce, you give up your wedding ring. And Jesus was talking about divorce today, wasn't he? The wedding ring is a complete circle, because that circle never comes to an end. And that's why they exchange wedding rings when they get married, because it's not supposed to come to an end. But sometimes we know that some bad things happen and there has to be divorce. If someone's hurting the other person or something like that, then there's exceptions. But in Jesus' day, it was different. Now, we heard in that reading that the two become one flesh when they get married. Does anybody know what that means? Two become one flesh. What happens, and I just had a wedding here last night. You want to guess?
Because their children become a part of their father and a part of their mother.
Their children become part of them. That's true. And that your parents come together and then you become one flesh from your parents. But like last night when I did that wedding, the couple stood right there in front of that big flower there. And when they join their love to each other, guess who else becomes a part of that relationship? Jesus, exactly. God becomes a part of that relationship, and that's what makes it permanent and eternal. So once they get married, it's permanent and eternal, not only in this world, but in the next world to come too. But Jesus was pretty upset with people because they were getting divorced. And in Jesus' day, if a man got tired of a wife, he could simply walk away and divorce her. Some men still do that, unfortunately. But Jesus didn't like that, because Jesus saw women as equal to men. He was one of the first people. Well, he was God too. But he came here and he said women are equal to men. The two become one flesh. So he said you can't divorce your wife and just walk away and say, I'm done with that. So he made a big change in his day. You have to think, in Jesus' day, women weren't equal like they are today. In Jesus' day, a woman was like a piece of property. The father handed her over to be married, and then she became a piece of property to that husband. And Jesus said, no, that's not right. Why is that not right? One of you girls can tell me why that's not right. Yeah. You can't be treated like nothing.
That wouldn't be fair to women.
Exactly. It wouldn't be fair to women, and it wasn't fair to women because women are equal to men now. And that's what Jesus was trying to tell us in those readings, that women are equal to men. And therefore, when a man gets married to a woman, he should stick with her and not just walk away from it. How many people here have been married over 25 years? Wow. How many years, Linda?
58.
You and Bernie, 58?
Yeah.
What would you attribute the longevity to?
Well, our faith.
Your faith?
Really, that's been the biggest thing. And the fact that you accept one another where you are.
The faith and accepting each other where they are. The faith, that's what I said. When they gather in front of that altar to become one, their faith becomes part of that marriage. What would you all owe it to? Saying yes? Nodding yes all the time and smiling. Believe it or not, that works for the pastor too. No, I think you all sticking it out through the good times and the bad.
Yeah.
I've seen enduring, like most couples here. Jeff, you want to add anything to it? Okay.
I was just going to say it's understanding the total commitment.
Understanding the total commitment. Yes. These people realize that it's a permanent commitment, and that's why they stick through it in the good times and in the bad. Yes?
My mom and dad were married for
More
more than 25 years.
than 25 years. That's great, yeah.
My parents are still married.
Your parents are still married. That's great too. You're very blessed. You're very, very blessed. So these readings this week, even though they sound confusing, basically all Jesus is saying is that love is something that's permanent and eternal, and we should respect love. So this week, think about the people you love and let them know how much you love them in order that you can let them see Jesus shine through you. Okay? Thank you all very much. That was a tough one, but you did great.